I'm defeated, man. I'm defeated. I'm disappointed. And yeah, I'm pissed off. If you're here to see me throw things, break things, just completely lose my mind and freak out, I'm not going to do most of those things. I'm not. I don't have the energy. I don't have the want to do it. I just feel beaten down, man. It's like I've been run over by a damn train, a school bus. They even put, after they ran over me, they put it in reverse and backed over me. $42-38. You had literally, even after the game, you lose a game you shouldn't lose to Georgia Tech. It's all okay because all you have to do is handle Syracuse and you punch your ticket to the conference championship, and you can't get it done. What a boneheaded move to kick the field goal. I stand by it. I don't care. Everybody said, but Coop, what if they went for it and they didn't get it? He was in his head because everybody ate this coaching staff up for not taking the points against Georgia Tech. Bro, it is situational. It's game to game. And in this game, a game where Syracuse did everything they wanted to do. Not early, right? I mean, Miami went up 21-0. There's no excuse. I'm not going to come on here and say, well, the ref said this, or, there's the conspiracy theories floating around because the ACC sent out the graphic and it had SMU and Clemson, and guess what? It ends up being SMU and Clemson. I don't even want to hear it. Miami had a 21-point lead, and you give it up. You can't do that. And then to turn around, Mario Cristobal, you are telling me that you put the trust in that defense to try to win you the game? How stupid. Everybody was in the stream said, yeah, but Coop, if they wouldn't have got it, and Coop, hindsight this and hindsight that, no. I still take the chance. And I trust that offense before I trust that defense. Am I right or am I wrong? And don't base it off of what did happen just because they ended up not winning the game. Don't base it off of that. If Miami had went for it, bro, I'm telling you right now, if Miami had went for it and not gotten it, I would still say, you know what? I understand that's the right call because of how the defense had been playing. I will stand firm in the paint right here. And I early on in that watch party for the game, I said, oh, heck yeah. I said, Jacoby George, man, he's been playing better. He's cleaned it up. None of those selfish, penalties that cost the team. And then he decides to headbutt a Syracuse player. We already got lucky off of the tipped ball, right? Hold on, let me turn this projector off. Hold on. Ain't nobody want to see this Florida State game. We already got lucky. We caught a break, But then Jacoby George has a stupid, dumbass penalty and pushes Miami back to, what did it end up being? 3rd and goal from like the 22? 22? Can't even move the chains. Got to put it in the end zone. Can't get it done. Settle for 3, which does absolutely nothing, considering that you are hoping that the defense will get a stop against the quarterback, the one quarterback in the country that had thrown for more passing yards than Cam Ward. And you're playing that team. The mismatch with their 6'5" tight end, their receivers that were catching everything thrown their way. I can't, man. This is not going to be a deep dive, by the way. I'm more or less just venting. Look, there were a ton of people that said, look at the bright side, Coop. 10-2. Mario Cristobal goes 5-7, 7-5. This is not about the whole season. We're going to focus on the game. But the reality is Miami goes 10-2. The double-digit wins. Best season yet under head coach Mario Cristobal. Which is true. It's true. But at the same time, it all feels like a waste. It feels completely pointless. Left out of the conference championship, a team that is brand new to the ACC is going to be there, and the Clemson Tigers. Literally, it's right there. Just win this game. Or, hey, maybe Coop isn't so stupid after all. They didn't need to lose the Georgia Tech game. They needed to win. Because now this was their second ACC loss. Where's all the people that said they needed to lose that Georgia Tech game because it would flip a switch for the defense? Now all of a sudden they're better. I called out J.D. Pickle when he said, you just punched your ticket to the ACC championship game. And I said, excuse me, what, by losing a game? And everybody said, Coop, stop being negative. That's exactly what this team needed, the wake-up call. And I said, show me this magic switch. Well, then Miami plays Wake Forest, plays pretty darn good, does what they should do against an inferior opponent, and they said, Coop, there was the switch. There it was. You just saw it. And I said, pump the brakes. I am very happy for the defense. Great job. But we do need to see that against Syracuse. And I hope that we do. And what happened? What happened? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Worst rush defense in the ACC. And Miami does put up 154. But it's like the offense will build a lead, and then they just fall off the Grand Canyon. Help me understand. Obviously, it's much more on the defense. Everything from this season is much more on the defense, but there's still problems offensively as well. You have the number one offense in the country still, all things considered. You have really the number one quarterback in the country overall. Some people are going to argue that. And you still can't make it to the ACC championship game in a year where so many teams are down. This is the year that there's the big shakeup in the land of college football. This is the time. This is the special Miami team. Hey, we'll worry about SMU when we get there. If we get there, well, it doesn't matter because we don't. Doesn't matter because we don't. The defense gave, let's be real. The defense gave Miami an opportunity. They forced a fumble. Right? They forced a fumble. Get it? Here we go. Okay. All right. Heck yeah. Offense, drive down the field, score. Let's handle business. Miami not only fumbles, gives up a scoop and score. That's right. Syracuse takes it to the house. Can't even make this stuff up. Nothing but pain and suffering. That has been my life as a Miami Hurricanes fan. And as I said, no, I'm not going to calm down in the initial react video. This is not about, look, I have to let this thing simmer. I have to take like 24 hours, sleep on it. I am not taking this video and looking at the bigger picture. If you want to do that in the comments, be my guest. This is specifically talking about Syracuse, and this is in the moment immediately after the game. And there is no excuse for losing to this team, especially after you go up 21-0. You cannot give me one good reason, one excuse. Miami outgained them just by a little bit, 500 yards to 479. Stupid penalties. 9 penalties for 77. Win the time of possession. Cam throws almost 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. It's not enough. It's not enough because Kyle McCord threw for 380 and 3 touchdowns. Syracuse only runs the ball to keep you honest. You know they're going to throw the ball. But even running the ball, they were able to attack Miami at times. A lot of fans would be jumping for joy at 10-2. But I can't help but feel just disappointment. Feeling like it was all for nothing. There is a slim chance, I understand, that Miami could find a way to sneak into the college football playoffs. I'm not going to dive into that. This is a Syracuse reaction. This is just, it blows my mind. I tweeted out 24 hours before the game, and I said, I'm very worried about this game. And I said, but not for X's and O's reasons, but because I'm so used to this team letting me down in these situations. Fast forward to 15 minutes after the game, and I'm crying and moaning and pissing and complaining about the Miami Hurricanes letting me down in a situation where if they win, they're in. And they can't get it done. Do you want Lance Guidry fired? Do you want Shannon Dawson fired? Obviously, none of it will help this season, but I get it. Man, they picked on so many of our guys, man. OJ, Damari Brown is back. Everybody giving up big-time plays. One-on-one with any of their guys was a matchup nightmare. When Martinez was running the ball, he was running it pretty well. When Fletcher was running the ball, he was running it pretty well. Lyle didn't do the best, but again, going back to Wake, that was because they were beaten down and tired. No disrespect to Lyle, but he's a young guy. Feed Martinez, feed Fletcher. There were some times where it felt like they were trying to force some things. I think they could have just kept running the ball, and I feel like it would have been fine. It's not like, Miami was ever down big or anything. You give up... God, oh, man. Are we legit just doomed? Are we cursed, Canes fans? Is this what it's going to be like forever? Because it really felt like the stars had aligned this season. Not even for a natty. At no point did I come on here and say, Miami's going to win a national championship. I believe, bro. Look at this team. No. But they absolutely should have been in the ACC championship game. I won't back down from that. There's zero excuse for not being there. As bad as the defense could be, even when the offense was struggling, I still think it should have been good enough to get to the ACC championship game. And the fact that they're not in it just does not sit right with me. Like, if Miami does not get in the CFP, which I think is very slim chance of happening, they're over there too busy slorp-gorping SEC teams to let in a 2-loss Miami team. They'd let a 4 or 5 loss Bama in before they do that. Maybe I eat those words. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's possible that you witnessed the final game for Restrepo in a Miami uniform. Same for Cam Ward. Bowl games, you know how it is in today's times. It's opt-outs. You don't want to get injured when it's your last year. Welcome to the OnlyFans Bowl. Another bad boy mowers bowl that nobody cares about. We lost to a fruit. We lost to a color. The orange. It's not like there's some intimidating like Wolverine. Or heck, I don't know. Plug any other team in there. A color. A fruit. Kyle McCord did what Kyle McCord does, which is throw all over you. Throw up some 50-50 balls. Attack down the field. Miami had zero answers. Whether it be scheme or players, Kiko looked worse. Jaden Harris, poor angles. We couldn't tackle to save our lives. You try to mix it up, bring some other guys in there. It's the same old thing, no matter who's out there. And the offense sputters out when you need them most. It comes down to try to make a fourth quarter comeback. And guess what? Eventually, that will bite you in the butt. And you'll come up just short. Just a little bit. I won't run from the fact that I predicted a Miami win. Okay? We don't run. We don't hide. Miami was a 10.5-point favorite, as high as 11.5. That's right. So I don't bet on this team. I even had this over here. Look at this. Here, listen.
That was easy.
It was. For Syracuse. It was for Syracuse.